Hello and welcome to the Rob Burgess Show. I'm of course your host, Rob Burgess. On this, our 303rd episode, our returning guest is me. I've done around 24 previous solo episodes of this podcast. For a complete list, check the show notes. I am a 45-time award-winning journalist whose work has appeared in print, radio, online, and television. I'm currently senior reporter for ThinkAdvisor. Most recently, I was reporter for Financial Planning Magazine, technology reporter for Wealth Management Magazine, editor of the Wabash Plain Dealer, news editor of Nuvo, managing editor of the Indiana Lawyer, and city editor, opinion page editor, and editorial board member of the Kokomo Tribune. I was also a reporter at WFHB, the Times-Mail, the Reporter Times, Ukiah Daily Journal, and Ukiah Valley Television. Oh yeah, and I'm also the proprietor of the podcast, The Rob Burgess Show. A quick programming note, most of this episode features me playing my ukulele and singing, something I also did on episode 282 at the Balboa Pier in Newport Beach, California, on episode 286 at the Fremont Street Experience in Las Vegas, and episode 296 at the French Market in New Orleans. I also sing and play guitar at the end of episode 258 with my friend Mark Rohrer. This time I busked on May 3rd, 2026 at Lake Eola Park in Orlando, Florida. I only played for about a half an hour before an Orange County Parks Department employee came up to me. "Sir, you can play, you just can't be busking, all right?" the guy said in what sounded like an Australian accent. "Why not?" I said. "It's against park rules." "Really?" "Yeah. I called City Hall and I wasn't informed of that. You can play your instrument here, you just can't be busking asking for money." "I don't ask for money. I don't have a sign." There was a long pause. "Okay then. Okay, cool. You sure?" "Yeah, no worries." But as you'll hear, I don't think he thought it was cool. So I left soon after. In all, I did make $5.97 of profit though. In this episode, you'll hear only one song from that performance, Why Don't You Love Me by Hank Williams. And now on to the show. Hello, it's me, it's Rob Burgess again, here for another solo episode. I'll keep this kind of short because it's going to be kind of a brief episode, as you're going to hear. This is another one of my busking episodes where I took my ukulele along with me to a work conference that I covered. I covered the Horizons conference from the American College of Financial Services that took place in early May of this year in Orlando, Florida. Now, I called ahead of time, as I usually do, to try to figure out what the laws are. It seems like in Orlando for busking, there was some kind of blue box initiative that they had where you could do the lottery system and sign up. That seems to have been abandoned, so there is no law in the books as far as I could tell. I called City Hall and never got a straight answer, but I did call and leave a message and try to suss out what was going on, but no one could really tell me, so I decided just to go for it when I got there. I also called Cocoa Beach, which is where I went later on after my conference to visit the beach because I wanted to see if Orlando wasn't a possibility, if maybe I could busk at the pier there, at the Cocoa Beach Pier in Florida, but that was not a possibility at all. Once I got there, it was very clear that was private, and they wouldn't even let me take my ukulele on the pier, let alone start busking, so that was out. But anyway, I did go on May 3rd to Lake Eola Park, which, if you are familiar with Orlando at all, is kind of the main park there. There's a pretty famous amphitheater and fountain there that's pretty recognizable, but anyway, I did busk with my ukulele there for about half an hour. That is until a Parks Department employee came and told me that there was no busking, and I was like, well, I called City Hall to try to figure that out, and no one ever told me I couldn't, and he was like, well, you can't ask for money, and I was like, well, I'm not asking for money, because I didn't have a sign or anything, I just had my couple dollars in it that people had put. So anyway, I didn't get a straight answer ever from him or the city. Eventually he was like, oh, okay, and then he walked away. But it was in a way where it was like, I could tell it maybe wasn't okay, and I could tell he was like talking into his walkie-talkie as he walked away. So anyhow, I made just a little over $5 during my time there. I only am going to be able to share one song that I recorded during that half hour because either I messed the songs up or I've already recorded them and put them in a previous episode. So the only song that you're going to hear, because I was there for such a short time, was Hank Williams' Why Don't You Love Me Like You Used to Do. The people of Orlando were great. They were very appreciative. I had some great conversations with people. I had to go chase money that was flying around. People put so many times in the case because I didn't have my cup there. I forgot my cup. I usually have my cup, but I did have my case, and people were putting money in the case, and a couple times the wind blew, and I had to stop a song and go grab the money that was flying away. So good problem to have. People of Orlando were great. But yeah, really wish that some of these municipalities would be more clear about their rules. Frankly, I don't think I'm breaking any laws. My First Amendment rights should be intact, and I should be able to express myself in public with no problem. I wasn't panhandling. I wasn't asking for anybody for any money. I heavily, visually suggested maybe you could take that from it, that you should put money down, but I never asked anybody for any money. So anyway, here's the episode. It's really just one song of me playing, and enjoy.